Welcome to the VIA office. Why don't we go inside and take a look at the IT room that we're going to be discovering with Auvik. I've arrived at the network rack, and it's just like most racks. You see some patch panels up top where the cables are coming in. You can see back there we've got all the cables coming in. There's also some devices mounted on the wall back there, typically ISP units coming in, the DMARC where those are attached. And as I creep my way down, I move from patch panels down to there's miscellaneous devices. I see some servers kind of shoved in the back there. Switches, router, patch panels. Now, I'm saying some of this because I'm somewhat familiar with this rack, but we manage so many networks that I'm kind of like, not really. I'm gonna let Auvik do its thing and discover everything that's going on here. All right, I'm back in my office, sitting in my computer. Let's pull up Auvik. Now you can see I'm looking at all sites, and I can see the VIA data center, which I installed last night. I'm gonna save that one for the more advanced section. I'm gonna add a site for our local office here. Filled in all our info, and notice it gives you a custom URL that you can go straight to this site if you'd like to in the future. Hit next. It's asking if I want any custom permissions. Nope, this is fine, and it's adding this new site. So while we're waiting for that site to be added, I just want to mention that you saw the permissions, right? That's where you can create sub-administrators, but they don't have to be IT people. You can use even an office manager at one of these locations, give them some basic training of like, here's how you know when something key is down and what to tell people at the site. Because again, what Auvik goes for is simplicity. Oh, and it just showed up. Let's go back over there. Notice I have now VIA Phoenix 0 of 0 online because I haven't installed a collector there. Now I'm on a Windows box right now, so let's go simple. Let's just get a Windows device installed. I'm going to download the Windows installer and copy that API key to the clipboard. All right, I've put in my info, the API key, and told it what site this is for. I'm going to authenticate and just simply confirm the installation directory. Literally 3 seconds and we've got collector installed successfully. Finish. Now it's going to go into discovery mode. It identified the network that we're on. If I want to add others, like if I have other VLANs, I can do that. But for now, I'm just going to hit continue and let it do its scanning. Now, this is where we can add some credentials. I'm not going to at this point because I want you to see the discovery dashboard. This is where the magic happens. Magic. All right, this has been running for about 8 minutes. Let me show you what I see. We've got 24 devices discovered, 12 of them with credentials because I completely forgot. I added the SNMP credentials for our data center discovery. All these devices that you see in this list are showing up with SNMP credentials being added. Go to page 2 and that's where the credentials stop. I can see some of these generic devices are showing up and it's like, I'm checking, but I'm not sure if these credentials will work. It hasn't quite gotten to these devices down at the bottom. So in the meanwhile, I'd love to show you what are the different credentials and when should you use them. Let's just say I have a server here that is connected to the network. And this is where my Auvik probe is plugged in. It's going to look at that server through the eyes of any one of these credentials, and each one of these will provide different levels of information. SNMP stands for the Simple Network Management Protocol. And they called it simple because you might think it's complex otherwise. It actually has these databases called MIBs where it's got all these things of like, hey, typically bandwidth is under this counter. It's called an OID, an object identifier, right? Typically CPU usage is over here. So it's going to try all of these generic ways of monitoring the devices. That means that you have either an SNMP string, which is the older versions, it's known as a community string, or credentials. And that's the newer version of SNMP, known as version 3. The great thing about SNMP is this is your most universal way of discovering devices. Printers, phones, cameras, laptops, desktops, servers. If you've set them up for SNMP, they can pretty much be discovered by anything. Telnet and SSH credentials is really useful for Linux-based and network devices. WMI stands for the Windows Management Interface. That is, of course, for Windows machines, primarily Windows servers. The beauty is this often lets you get at all the services that are running on there, and this is a whole authentication method that allows you to stop those services, restart those services, etc., etc. And I'm telling you that because that allows Auvik to take action when something's going on. Oh, service stopped. Don't worry, go ahead and restart that service automatically so I can sleep at night. VMware credentials, obviously for VMware-based machines, the ESX machines. This allows you to see the virtual machines that are running on there, and again, manage those virtual machines, restart them, check their status, get their memory, CPU, all of that on VMware-specific devices. The last one is the newest one to the bunch, and that is API, Application Programming Interface. API is the universal language of love that allows everything to talk to everything. It is used for way more than monitoring, but if you have an API key and the device supports being controlled by API, this can allow you to do just about anything from Auvik. I'm glancing back over here and it looks like this is done, and I've got to confess this took way more than 10 minutes. But before we go to the dashboard, I want you to see this. As I scroll down, it's showing all the devices that I've discovered and what credentials it found for it. Now, you can see this is the line of SNMP. This is where it stopped. And those SNMP credentials showed up because I had them entered right here from previously. It also was able to discover the multiple networks that are available at our office. Now, some of this is because it has SNMP access to the firewall, which reaches all those networks, and some of it is simply the magic that Auvik performs in trying to scan and find what's around. If I wanted to scan those networks as well, I would just flip them on using the bullet, but for now, I'm going to click on continue. Hurrah, we got the Explore Auvik message. Now I want to make sure you catch that all this discovery happened because the workstation that I installed the Auvik probe on is on the same network as all these devices. Our firewall actually blocks access to a lot of those other subnets. So if you want Auvik to access them, you need to grant that access on the firewall itself. And speaking of which, where is the firewall in this picture? This is exactly what I wanted to show you. If you don't have the credentials, a lot of times Auvik will say, I'm not too sure. Take a look at these lines, first of all. You can see that this one is a known entity. These light blue lines are good. It's like, okay, we've got a switch right here, AZ1 or 301 SW02, right? And I can see it's like, okay, I see all these devices plugged into the switch. I've discovered it. I'm sure about that. Whereas all of these devices over here, you can see we know that devices are connected on this subnet, but we have incomplete information. So all of these devices, they're somewhere, I see them, I may even have credentials to them, but I can't quite figure it out yet. That's the dark gray lines. Now here's what's funny. I paused the recording to go grab a snack and I came back and the screen looked like this. So Auvik is still doing its discovery. It's still figuring stuff out as we go. If I zoom in a bit, now you can see it figured out the router is VIA and it's connected to the internet. It's still having trouble mapping out the whole 10.225.1 network, so let's add some credentials and help it out. Remember, in this initial phase, we live under this discovery section, this discover dashboard. I'm gonna hit manage credentials, and right here are all the credentials that we could use for the network. You can see when it comes to login credentials, the only two that we have is admin and Cisco, which are the default, and heaven help you if you are actually using those on your network. So I'm gonna click on add login credentials, say these are our router SSH credentials. Now you can either allow it to be used for all the devices or you can pick one. I type in VEE and VIA appears and I choose the type of credentials it is. I'm not using Telnet, I'm using SSH, and I'm going to blur out the username and password. All right, they're in, click on save. And notice it's giving me the option to add the credentials for all the other areas of my network. So what I'm going to do is add each one of these, tell it what device it's for, and allow the discovery to run its course. Now I want to make sure you catch that if you're wondering what devices you're missing, just click on this Manage Devices right here and you'll see all the devices and what credentials it has for each one. Auvik will fill in the make and model based on the MAC address, and for the most part that's accurate, except for our router. I'm not sure what a Fraunhofer Focus is, but that's definitely not what we're using. As a matter of fact, that's not even the router from this location. That's a different site that it happened to crawl out to. If I flip over to page 2, notice our VIA router right here, it's discovered what kind of make and model it is, and it already has said I've got SNMP and I've got the login credentials for that device. The other thing worth mentioning is if you see the yellow key, what Auvik is saying is I can log in here, I just don't have the credentials. No symbol means I can't even get to the command prompt. So even if you gave me credentials for this device, I wouldn't be able to get there. The key is this manage device section is giving us a roadmap of all the credentials that we need to add. Remember, Auvik's going to do its best to fill in the gaps. It's going to use ARP table lookups and MAC address lookups and be like, I think I kind of see what's going on. Even without credentials, we saw the topology evolve. It's like, aha, I think that's the router. I think that's the internet. But it's trying to piece together the puzzle blindfolded. As you add credentials, it will truly get a lay of the land. The big thing I want you to grab from this is we walked into this network blind, as in I didn't have a network diagram or anything like that. I just took you up to the rack. I'm like, look, there's stuff. And based on this, Auvik is like, I see your stuff, and I'm gonna give you the best guess I can as to what that stuff is, so now you can go on a scavenger hunt to figure out what credentials you need to add for each one of these devices so that we can give everybody a true lay of the land without trying to discover the network with a blindfold on. All right, so I've got the credentials in, at least the ones that I knew, and here's what we've got. The network has now been discovered. You notice the light blue lines are going everywhere. It's finding all the devices that are there. Now, there are still plenty of them that are unknown devices. That's why you can see the device itself is gray rather than colorful. And that may be okay because we may not need to monitor everything about everything. If I pull my discovery dashboard back up, I can see the types of devices that are there, what credentials are available for each one of those devices. I can see all the wireless access points showing up with SNMP and login credentials. And the nice thing that this does, again, I keep coming back to this checklist. If I go here to the unknown devices, it's like, here's all the stuff that I know about that you may want to add credentials for. For instance, in this list, I see this Synology device. Auvik now leaves that up to me. Do I want to monitor that Synology device? Okay, then I got to go grab those credentials, add it, and it'll show up in the list of known devices, and I move on to the next. Last thing I want to show you is down here at the credentials. Take a look at this. Oh, this is so good. Look at this. It's actually showing, I've got a couple default strings, private and public, and it's identifying devices that are using those strings. I'll tell you right up front, you should never use public and private as your public and private SNMP credentials, right? So what we've got is a UPS unit that's never been changed, and a printer is what I'm guessing, a brother printer that's never been changed. I was originally just trying to add credentials, but now I'm like, wow, I'm kind of doing a mini security audit of what devices are using what credentials. Are you getting the sense? You can just camp out here in this discovery section and go deep. Auvik is not only allowing you to discover the network, it's allowing you to audit your network and make sure everything is kept consistent across the board. And we're just on the first network. We're going to pick up there as we continue the journey in the next video. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.